This is the story of neighboring Indiana towns and the sausage that divides them. They're actually divided by the Wabash River, but metaphorically, in a spiritual sense, they're divided by sausage. As the legend goes, in 1938, a guy named Bradley Jasper invented the Jasper sausage in the town of Rushville on the western coast of the Wabash. Crossing the river into the neighboring town of Bunsen is like crossing into an alternate dimension. Only there, the major point of divergence isn't that the Germans won World War II or that Kurt Cobain lived to become a cryptocurrency evangelist. Jasper sausage can be found in every market in Bunsen and served in every restaurant, but calling it a Jasper sausage is blasphemy. In Bunsen, they call it a hog wad, since the meat is scooped out of buckets by the fistful and plopped directly into a frying pan. Rushvillians claim Bunsenites stole Jasper sausage from them. Bunsenites think it's the other way around. I'm Brian Gutierrez, and today on the feed, we're exploring how a dispute over a sausage has evolved into one of the most charming intercity feuds in America. I wanted to get a ground-level feel of the feud for myself, so I asked citizens of both towns who they thought invented the disputed sausage. Us, baby! Us! Rushville! We did it! RPG! Bunsen all the way, baby. Not a doubt in my mind. Now, if you could just step aside here for a second. Oh, sure. Yeah, of course. Oh, thank you so much, man. Suck hogwad, Rushville! I guess I should have expected some entrenched positions, especially in a friendly feud that's gone on for nearly a century. But people weren't always so extreme. The fervor jumped up a notch in 1988 when a blind taste test held during their joint sausage festival took an odd turn. All right, settle down now. I know y'all been waiting for this. Let's get right to it. The resounding winner of the sausage blind taste test is... Get this open here. Sausage B, which is, darn it, which one is that? A mix-up on the labeling of the winning sausage led to a weeks-long investigation that resulted in no conclusive result, even after the mysterious sausage was forensically analyzed. Jaspers and hogwads are so similar that even science couldn't tell them apart. So, with no conclusive result, both towns just went ahead and declared themselves the winner. The coming days saw brawls in the streets, the formation of militias, and acts of terrorism. A little over a year after the taste test that started it all, war was officially declared between these kooky towns that take their sausage very seriously. I asked local historian Walter Clark if he's ever seen anything as folksy as this feud in the history of these towns. He was killed in a skirmish between opposing forces before he could answer. So I asked another historian, Dr. Melissa Hendricks.
In the early 1970s, a pharmacy in Bunsen briefly replaced its cash register with a chicken that could do math, but this is the world's longest running and least consequential active war we're talking about. It just doesn't get any folksier than that.
Doctor, can you think of any way that the story of this feud can get any more charming?
Nuclear war.
Sometimes when journalists cover stories of charming Americana like this, there's always a lingering unspoken question. Are the parties involved true believers, or are they just committing to a bit with tongue firmly planted in cheek? I can personally assure you that you do not have to worry about the level of commitment from Rushvillians or Bunsenites. They will try to kill you if you ask them that. But don't just take my word for it. According to a recent study by the University of Indiana, the kooky feud's death toll has risen in recent years as the number of citizens who remember why the war started in the first place has plummeted. Now that's commitment to a bit. Don't forget to subscribe to the Inaudible Podcast Network on Twitter, @InaudibleCast, and subscribe financially on Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/inaudiblepod. Links for both are in the show notes. Next week on the feed, avocados are more popular than ever. That's why we're taking them down a peg with a scathing expose fueled by jealousy and spite. See you then.